up on that YouTube and Facebook and all that fun stuff as we get going on this Thursday. I never popped into video camera. You got a nice day today, or did it switch to cloudy skies?
You know what? We have some mix, a little bit of a mixture today. We have a mix of clouds and sun with a high of 76 degrees today, low of 45 degrees overnight. Cooling down a little bit tomorrow, 63 and 38 for our high and low. Partly cloudy skies and mostly cloudy skies on Saturday with 61 and 40. Might have a little bit of sunshine popping out, but then Sunday we're going to get some rain. Looks like, I'm not sure if that's in the morning. I checked the other day. I believe it was showers later in the day. Oh no, showers early, becoming less in the day. I knew somebody that's getting married on Sunday, so they're really hoping that they don't get too much rain. So if you're out there listening, you know who you are. We talked to you yesterday. I hope it stays dry for you. Then on Monday, though, it's starting to warm up a little bit again and getting sunny skies. 70 degrees for your high, 44 overnight. 61 and 45 on Tuesday with showers. More rain on Wednesday of next week with 60 and 41 for your temps.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're catching up with you here in Maine. I've got 73 today, 75 tomorrow, and then we're like in the 70s for the weekend. And then we move into the 80s on Monday. That'll be quite shocking.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, we've had a few days already in the mid 80s, and it was hot.
A little too much, too soon.
It was a little too much, too fast, but it looks like it's calming down a little bit and getting into a little more normal seasonal spring-like temperatures, which is nice.
All right. Our ugly mugs still aren't on the camera this morning. Are we having issues?
Thank you,
there
Scott.
we go. All right, now I'll do this.
We are having...
The wild and crazy guys!
Two Jedi have landed in the main hangar bay. We're tracking them.
I told you about them two.
Always two. There are a master and an apprentice.
Go. I'll stall them long enough for you two to get a head start.
These are the boys that were brought to trial.
They went free that very day.
Yeah, looks pretty bad. Two of them are over here.
They may think it's twice as safe because there are two of them. But it isn't twice as safe. It's 10 times twice as dangerous.
There's two of them. One of them's got a gun. Did you pay the gas bill?
All two of them?
Well, yeah, you know we have two of them.
The only way we're going to get those two to successfully mate is if they are alone together.
One gorilla, two gorillas. Big deal.
I don't know that. I don't like that second to the last part. That's not
Right?
going to happen.
It's good. It's a good thing we're alone together, but thousands of miles away, Scott. And you know we do have issues today, Scott. Their names are Chuck. Yeah,
It was the shotgun start you did.
I know, right? Sorry about that.
All
I
right.
thought we
Let's
still
take
had.
a
I
look.
thought we still had one more sponsor to play, and boom, there we were.
There we were. All right. Well, at least you got us all up and running.
Yeah.
Let's see. For the kids today, can you believe it? It's the 16th of May. Breakfast burrito, cereal, fresh fruit, fruit juice, and your choice of milk. And then for lunch, it's burritos, bean and cheese, chili, green beans, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, milk choice, and of course, a little salsa.
Ooh, spicy salsa like us today.
Yeah, that's it. We're not making mistakes. We're just spicy.
That's right.
All right. Few news headlines over. Well, let's do some community events because we've got, I was looking, we got some stuff going on this weekend. First up today, Food Bank, 10 to 2. All right. Then Senior Citizens Potlucks and Games, 10 to 3. For your Friday, you've got a chamber meeting if you want to be involved with that. 7 o'clock, they do that at the casino. Adult pickleball, 9 to 3:30 up at the golf course. And, of course, our beautiful farmers market in the city park, 11 to 3:30 on Friday. Then we kick it all off and let the Valley Warriors take over. And, of course, it's the Valley Warriors Against Cancer. Last year, they raised like $16,000. And they've got a fun weekend of events coming up. First off, it's Saturday and Sunday, and this is taking part at Don's Memorial Park in Valley. Starting, it's the 18th and 19th, so Saturday and Sunday. There's a breakfast that they are holding at the casino. Do you know whether that was Saturday or Sunday?
You know, I'm not entirely sure, but maybe we can reach out to them and we'll let everybody know tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And
9 to 4, a plant sale going on, and it goes Sunday until 3. 10 to 4, vendor booths. There's a raffle. That'll close Sunday at 2. Silent auction. That'll close Sunday at 3. They're going to have a lunch area and beer garden. Let's see. Car show, Sunday only. 10-1. Oh, I love looking at the classic
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah, that's
So a
always fun.
chance for you to get out and help the Warriors raise some funds to fight cancer. All the money they raise, the cool thing about it, it doesn't go to a national hub or something. It stays here locally where they raise the money. So you know that when you make a donation or you purchase something, you're supporting a battle against cancer here locally. So,
yes. Yeah, it's a good organization. We were talking about it a bit yesterday. Sharon had lots to say about them. She knows some of the folks involved in there and talked about some of the amazing things they're doing here. So
all right.
I want to go back really quick. That senior citizens potluck and games, that is actually in Valley. That is for senior citizens citizens from Chewelah Valley and Springdale, and that is at the Valley Fire Department building from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
On that one.
Yep.
Good catch on that.
Well,
one.
that's my friend Belle. If I don't get it right, she'll let me know.
Oh, you could have blamed it on me. All right, we got another senior group. Senior citizens of Chewelah Valley as well are doing a coffee social hour. This one is happening at the Chewelah Senior Center, and it's every first and third Tuesday at 10 a.m. They sent in a note to our website and asked us to announce that. So
there we go.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Lots of stuff
Few
going
news
on for the
headlines. Few news headlines. First one kind of scary. President Biden and Donald Trump have agreed to 2 debates ahead of the 2024 election. Both hope to make their case for president before early voting begins. So they're actually going to do it. This is kind of what it'll be like.
Oh, leave me alone. I'm 100 years old. I'm done.
Don't be an Adolf Hitler.
It's Snooze Fest 2024.
I was going to say it'll be one guy screaming incoherently and another guy saying, what? Huh?
It's the oldest show on TV.
Was somebody saying something?
They shouldn't broadcast this because it's just going to be a major disappointment.
Are you going to watch it?
I'll decide. Can I just like hold off on that and decide later?
I think I'll catch the highlights on ESPN later. Oh, man.
Rumor has it, so they'll be on their best before it starts. Both of them will have their cobwebs blown off.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yeah. Wow. Just don't be standing close because they're so old they're really dusty. See if I can dig out a couple more off the cuff here. Okay, I don't know.
And I think I pulled a sound effect.
Are those wrinkles or lines on the TV?
I think I pulled a sound effect from their leaf blower experience too. Wait.
Do it again. That was Chuck's cheeks slapping together.
I don't know if the speakers picked that up or not because my head was. Now I'm a little dizzy.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, now I'm gonna have a headache the rest of the show.
Lost my hat. Lost my headphones.
All right, they'll take place on June 27th and September 10th and will be hosted by CNN and ABC, respectively. No third-party candidates were invited to participate. Oh, come on. We want to talk to the guy with the brainworm. I bet he'd outdo them both.
I bet the brainworm would outdo them both.
Yeah. Well, all three of them in that case.
Right?
Jeez. If you're running for president, probably not a good idea to tell people you're missing a part of your brain.
He dropped out, though. Is he still running, or did he drop out?
Did he? Well, no, he's still running.
Okay.
Last I heard, anyways. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, but I haven't checked news this morning, so we can always hope they all three go.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Do you ever have that feeling of existential dread when you think about our politics? One way, one side, or the other?
I get nauseous when I think about our politics and the division in our country, and I am. If I think about it too much, Chuck, I actually start getting depressed. And one of the big thing that depresses me is the lies that flow out of, and I'm going to say it, people might hate me for it, the lies that flow out of Trump's mouth on a daily basis, and that people believe them. It upsets me deeply.
Yeah.
I can't wait till one way or another with it, it's over.
Yeah, it's disturbing. Yeah. Why can't we just be single for a while, not have a president, explore our options?
Let Congress handle it or something. We won't get anything done, but it's better than watching this show.
Man.
Debates break from the schedule of the Commission on Presidential Debates, which announced theirs would begin in September. Both campaigns expressed frustration with that timing. Both candidates may be rusty when they take the stage. But we'll oil them.
Right?
Biden has done fewer interviews than his predecessors, while Trump skipped all 5 GOP primary debates. Yeah.
Wow.
Because he'd have been showed up.
So you're
We've
saying
seen his incoherence.
So you're saying
I think
Biden
he
needs
showed
his
up.
courage and Trump needs a brain?
Yeah, it's sad. All right, excessive rainfall could trigger flash floods through tomorrow and projected for Texas and other Gulf Coast states, which are already having problems. Mother Nature's still angry this summer. 20 to 30 inches of rain in the past week in those areas.
Wow.
Biden administration told Congress plans to send more than a billion with a B to Israel 1 week after Biden temporarily paused delivery of some heavy bombs and then took a bunch of heat.
No, Scott, you have to say $1 billion.
$1 billion.
That's right.
But it's American money, so it's only worth $32.50.
Right.
Wow. Let's pay him in groceries. That way we can fit it all in one truck. Should I stop, Chuck, or just keep going with my rage?
I went to the grocery store the other day and got like 2 small bags of groceries. I figured it'd be $20-$30. It was like $120.
120, see?
Yeah.
Every time I go, it gets more.
Man, it's crazy.
So here's some good news, I guess. CDC reported that fatal drug overdoses dropped in 2023. It's only the second time annual deaths have declined since the current U.S. Drug overdose epidemic began. It says over 30 years ago.
Wow. I do know I saw some numbers for the fentanyl pills. It was in our news story, our local news stories, that Washington State has I think recovered the 3rd most fentanyl pills of any state, something along those lines, and it's in the millions of fentanyl in pill form that they've confiscated.
Oh, man, there's another one I don't get. All right. On to sports this morning. NFL released the scheduled 2024 regular season. One a much anticipated game on the list, a Super Bowl rematch between the Chiefs and the 49ers. I have to admit, I'm excited about this. The first 4 episodes of Bridgerton season 3 have dropped.
Oh,
yeah.
That's been one of those on my to watch list, but I haven't watched any of it yet.
If you didn't think Jane Austen was made up, this one is.
You think?
You think? And I'm so glad. Young Sheldon series finale, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on CBS. One of the few Americans I am that hate Young Sheldon.
I have never watched it, Scott.
I know The Big Bang Theory was huge too, but I didn't like Sheldon and Big Bang Theory either. So there you go.
Well, I think there's some issues with the because he very inaccurately portrays somebody with autism. So there's a lot of pushback in the that community against him, against the character. And if you've ever seen the clips of that show without the laugh track, it's one of those things that sort of like wakes you up. I never really was a fan of the show, but we'd spend a lot of time at my father-in-law's house for a while, and he was a big fan of the show. So we'd sit down every night and watch it with him while we were there for about 6 months. Yeah, it was okay, but then you watch it without the laugh track, and any illusion of it ever being funny just drops away. You're like, oh.
Maybe you'll probably like watching Seinfeld without the laugh track.
Right.
You know, you just like, oh, it wasn't funny. Why did I laugh?
Right.
And it's been proven that if there's a bunch of laughter, you're more inclined, even if you're not laughing, to think it must be funny.
Right. Is that why you do the laugh track on our show, Scott?
See, you're at work, or you're getting ready, and you're having a good time.
Oh man, we do have fun.
Can you stop? Thank you. All right. You know, sometimes it's like I control the world.
Right?
All right. NBA playoffs. Nuggets and the Timberwolves play at 8:30. Nuggets and Timberwolves. All right.
Timberwolf Nuggets.
On Eastern Time. The Nuggets lead the series 3-2. All right, there you go. That's enough of that. Couple news head stories, and then we got some fun stuff and a few jokes. Maybe you'll actually laugh like that track. Canadian cities attempt to break the Guinness World Record for the largest gathering of people dressed as dinosaurs was disqualified due to the unexpected high turnout of dinosaurs.
What?
Yeah, so many dinosaurs, Guinness couldn't count them all.
Oh, man.
How do you get disqualified for having too many when that's what you're trying to do?
Wow. If my kids were watching, they would just be saying, nope, that's not how that dinosaur looked. Nope, that's inaccurate. Scientists have discovered that is not what that one looks like. But, my kids are very, very sticklers on that's why they don't like Jurassic Park. They're like, it's very inaccurate.
We need to science this movie up.
I know, right?
All right, 3,000 people estimated in dino dress, but officials could not obtain the exact measurement of participants. They said photos and videos from the attempt indicated there may have been close to double that number of people, but an accurate count could not be obtained due to officials being unprepared for the massive turnout and people running all willy-nilly in dinosaur costumes going, "Rrrr!"
Wouldn't you be mad if you were the organizer of the event and you're like, man, we got the people from Guinness coming. We're going to break this record. And they're like, oh, sorry, you have too many people. We can't do it. I would be mad.
I was mad about Light Up the Park when, we should have at least gotten breaking the Guinness World Record in America. We can't help it that somebody in Japan did it at the same time.
Right. But we had it for like 3 hours, right? So we were technically in the book.
For 3 hours we would have been.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. The Baltimore Bridge and that ship?
Yeah.
There's still 21 people trapped on it.
What?
Yes, there's still 21 employees, workers trapped on that boat.
How have they not gotten them off? That was like 3 weeks ago.
I don't know. Maybe they need to stay on there to maintain it. I'm just doing headlines today, Chuck. Don't go too deep on me.
I want to know more. I want the deep dive. Go live and report, Scott.
Yesterday, horrible day across the nation as Red Lobsters slammed their doors shut across the country. Wow. So sad. Yeah.
All Red Lobsters?
100. No, nearly 100 of them.
Okay.
The only one in Washington that closed its doors was Silverdale.
Okay.
And I was hoping, that the Coeur d'Alene and the Spokane one would keep going just because I love that food. And I guess it doesn't matter. They can shut them down. I don't live there anymore.
But we'll have anywhere to eat when I come back.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was glad. I love me some Red Lobster.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
I like the cheddar biscuits.
Ooh, cheddar biscuits.
Yeah.
They are. Do you know if they sell those?
They sell them in a box form that you can make at home that are pretty close, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can buy them from the grocery store.
Here's a bonus for people watching online, or if you go back and watch the video. It's what do you think this is without reading the title there?
It's a honey bear.
It's the honey bear that you get the honey in, right?
Yeah, but something looks right. It looks a little dark for honey.
It looks a little dark. Somebody had the clever idea to make honey body wash and put it in the honey bear, but it's actually body wash. How many people across the country do you think might buy this and then end up inadvertently putting it on their toast? Honey bear body wash. It cleans you on the inside too.
I mean, I think it's a cute idea, but leave some room for some mistakes, probably.
Dual purpose.
That's why I like to put my shampoo in the Mrs. Butterworth container.
Syrup on your hair is not as bad as soap in your belly.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
No, it's not.
Take syrup in my hair any day, Chuck.
Yeah, it's good.
Right.
It's good for your follicles.
So I'm going to do more on this maybe tomorrow if I have time to work on it today. But there are people that have had jobs that tell you something horrifying about the jobs. You've probably seen this online today. One that stood out, though, was a person that says, I worked at a theme park. We never cleaned the ball pit, like ever.
Mm-hmm.
Once a kid peed in there, and they just told an employee to stick a mop in there. When we do clean
stick a mop in there? Just by osmosis, it'll just...
Yeah. When we do clean it like once a year, the number of phones, vapes, socks, etc. is disturbing.
Wow.
We're supposed to clean it 2 to 4 times a year. Also, we never clean the baby changing stations.
Wow. I've known that about the ball pits. I mean, I've heard horror stories about not even that, but even finding like needles, razor blades, that kind of stuff in the ball pits, just horrifying stories.
She said wiping down the baby station wasn't even on the list of duties to do if you have to clean the bathroom.
What?
Yeah.
Seems like start there and then, clean the rest of the bathroom.
Reminds me of my house.
All right. You don't clean your baby changing station?
No. No. Stop. All right. First up.
I could keep going.
No. Stop. Look at I'm blushing. Just from the ideas in my head.
Right.
All right. You know the actress Angie Harmon?
Yeah.
All right. She ordered some stuff from Instacart, dropped off at her house. The driver shot her dog.
What?
Yeah, it was a terrifying experience for the whole family. Her young 2 daughters, she heard them screaming on the front porch after she heard the gunshot. She said she was busy upstairs feeding her pet squirrels. True story.
As one does.
As one does.
That's right.
Yeah, he said he wasn't even sad about it, sorry about it, and when she walked out, he took the gun and placed it in the front of his pants.
Too bad it didn't go off.
Yeah, not a good look for Instacart. He says he was just self-defense. The dog was trying to attack him. Don't know if that was true or not. We don't have a front porch cam or anything like that. But she is suing Instacart. So good deal. Oh, and the driver, which is probably even a better deal.
Right.
Now, was her dog vicious? I think it'll probably all come out. So,
man,
all right.
That would suck.
At least it didn't happen in South Dakota. The governor shot a dog.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right.
Man.
You remember that? I didn't hear a chuckle or nothing, so maybe it was bad.
I remember something happened. I never really bothered I didn't really want to know the whole story behind it. Just something about, I guess childhood trauma from all those Disney movies about the dogs dying.
Yeah.
But, I see stories about the dogs dying and I just look the other way.
Makes you go into full old Yeller mode or old Little House on the Prairie mode and start tearing up.
Mm-hmm. Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
On to bits and breaks now.
Now that we're crying.
So we cheer ourselves up. Chuck, what'd you have for dinner last night?
I had some fortune cookies for dinner. I didn't have the Chinese food, just the fortune cookies.
Oh, what was the first one?
There was one in particular that caught my eye. It said, this fortune came with my Chinese meal. Well, this one did come with my meal last night. You can be anything you want, except motivated. That ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed?
Wow. Yeah, it was
you did really good.
It was very inspirational.
All right. Tweet of the week. I like this one. I don't know why men go to bars to meet women. Go to Target. Female to male ratio is 10-1, and they're already looking for things they don't need. It's a perfect place for me.
Wow. Do you really think bars are a great place to meet a significant other under the influence of alcohol and music?
No. There's been some surveys that's not the best place. They tend not to last.
People get dressed up. The lighting is intentionally there to make people look better than they are. And I don't know.
I think any relationship that is centered around drinking is going to end with some black eyes.
Right.
Just saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So these are some ordinary things that make me happy, Scott.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And this one is very, very true. And I say it all the time, that very first cup of coffee in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Even to narrow it down, that first sip. When it's still so hot, it just barely is drinkable. And it's just like, ooh, it just makes your spine tingle. It's so good. Yeah.
Your lips blister.
Yeah. And this next one here is also near and dear to me. New socks.
Huh.
I always figure someday when I'm rich and eccentric, probably don't need to be rich or eccentric to do this. I just think it's a good idea. I would love if you could give me, say, one thing you could do right now in this world, I would say I would like to have a brand new pair of socks every day.
Really?
Yep. I could donate them after I wear something, but if I could have a brand new pair, there's nothing like the feel of a pair of brand new socks on your feet, man. Fresh.
I guarantee nobody's going to want your used socks. So. See? Have you seen his feet?
Oh, they're small. No, that first cup of coffee in the morning with a nice, fresh, clean, new pair of socks. Get your day going right.
Little Deadpool feet, do you?
That's right. After wear the kid socks.
All right. I'd maybe lean a little bit that way, but just with shoes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And sleeping in on weekends.
Ooh,
that's always a good one. That's always a good one.
Ordinary thing makes everybody happy, I think.
I was able on Mother's Day for the first time in a very, very long time. I slept until my body would not let me sleep anymore. The body and the sun beating in my room because it was like 80 degrees outside. Yeah.
So that was your wife's wish for Mother's Day. Were you the one that slept, or did she get to?
We both did. We slept until afternoon. We just laid there and slept as long as we could. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And to go along with that one, naps. Naps. Are you a napper?
I am a big napper, and now that I don't, sometimes if I napped when I had the house full of a family, it was I would feel guilty if I took a nap. I should be spending that time with the kids or doing something. But now that I'm single and old, I'm digging on the naps.
Nice.
And we talked about the presidential debates. They are taking a nap break halfway through.
Oh, cool. Perfect. Sounds about right. I just can't.
What?
I can't get myself to do it. It's so much commitment. It's like you got to get motivated to do it. It's a commitment. You got to lay down. You got to take the effort. To me, I just can't get myself to take a nap. There's times when I plan on it. I'm like, I'm going to take a nap because I didn't get any sleep last night, and I just can't do it. I can't get myself to do it. I fall asleep often on the couch trying to watch TV with my wife nudging me with her in the ribs to wake up, but I just can't intentionally lay down and take a nap. Never have been able to.
Would you tell your wife not to do that? That's wrong. If someone dozes off, don't wake them up.
But sometimes we're watching a show together because what'll happen is I'll wake up and I'll be like, did I miss something? And she's like, you missed the last 30 minutes. And I'll say, no, I didn't. I wasn't asleep. And then we'll argue about whether or not I actually was asleep, which generally I was. And then we end up rewinding the show so I can catch what I missed. And it's a thing.
I would like to take some kind of test. Maybe like a sleep disorder test, but I think it's a great thing, especially if you're a person that recharges easily with like the 10 or 15 minute nap. They say that is a good recharge, by the way.
Yeah.
But I had a 30-minute lunch break at one job, and I lived like 2 blocks away from the job, so I go home for lunch, and I could eat my sandwich and sit down in the chair, and my wife at the time would get so mad at me because she said within 60 seconds I would be snoring. And I literally can't, if I sit in a chair and I'm going to decide I'm going to close my eyes for a minute, I can literally fall asleep within a minute or two.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
And those 15, 20-minute naps, they don't recharge me. I wake up and I'm groggy for hours. I can't.
So it happens if I go past that time.
Yeah, I can't wake back up.
All right. A few things you didn't know yesterday, followed by shocking but true historical facts. Microwave invented after a researcher walked by a radar tube and discovered that the chocolate bar in his pocket had melted, along with his pacemaker.
Eureka.
Kind of a similar thing. In the early days of radio, we used these things called, I can't even remember the name now that I want to. Basically, it was a giant electronic magnet that had an on-off switch. We called them, you might have heard like the term degaussing in recording and stuff, where you could erase any kind of tape. Everything in the beginning was tape. So we had these bulk erasers, and if you forgot to take the trigger off, so you're holding like a reel-to-reel or a cartridge tape for the radio in your hand, and you turn it on, it's going, and you rub it in a circle around it, and it would erase it. If you brought it down when you were done, and they're quite heavy, because it's a giant electronic magnet, and it's going to kind of jerk your hand down. If you didn't get your thumb off the trigger, by the time you got to your wallet, you just erased every credit card in your wallet because of the magnetic strips.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think I did it like about 4 or 5 times.
I was going to say, how many times did you do that?
Yeah, enough. Enough.
Wow.
All right. 90% of the cells in your body are bacteria. Huh.
That's a fun
creepy.
fact.
Ants stretch when they wake up in the morning.
Oh, that's actually pretty cute. You know, to the ants and the 90%, I saw an interesting fact yesterday. 9 out of 10 living creatures on the planet, not just insects, all living creatures, 9 out of 10 are a form of beetle. Yeah.
Wow. Lots of beetles.
Yeah, lots of beetles. There's Ringo, and there's John, and Paul. Sorry, I'll stop.
And they all stretch. Every minute, American women collectively gain 1,390 pounds. It's not from me. Wow.
Can you even say that on the air, Scott?
I don't think so.
Sorry. We apologize.
Sorry. Chuck told me I had to say that.
All right. I apologize. I'm really, really sorry. I apologize unreservedly. I offer a...
He told me it was one of the facts, and I had to do it.
Okay, that's true. I did.
All right. So now that I know that, banging my head against the wall will burn 150 calories an hour.
Wow. After my day yesterday, I should be skinny.
Here's one. Kissing involves 16 pairs of muscles. Feel like I'll never know that or find out.
Aw. You still have Mooch?
I still have Mooch, who hates my kisses.
Aw.
All right. A little more shocking historical facts with Chuck.
Mm-hmm. It took about 4 times longer to get from copper swords to steel swords than it did from steel swords to atomic bombs.
Well, thank you, Chuck.
Yeah. Well, you know, we make big strides. Yeah.
That's right. It blows my mind.
So President Wilson was mentally and emotionally incapacitated by a massive stroke on October of 1919, and his wife and doctors essentially ran the country until Warren G. Harding took office in 1921. Wow. Some historians refer to Edith Wilson as the first female president.
Wow.
So we are closer to the time of the T-Rex than the T-Rex is to the time of the Stegosaurus. You know, if you see the timeline of the dinosaurs, it's really kind of shocking that, you think, 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs disappeared. Well, the last of the dinosaurs did, but before then it was hundreds of millions of years.
Wow.
Yep. And sharks, they are older than the rings on Saturn as a species.
They're like one of the rare creatures that doesn't change.
Yeah, they haven't since the beginning of time. The horseshoe crabs are one. There's a couple other alligators. I think it's alligators are one that haven't really changed much in millions and millions of years. Yeah, there's a few.
Chuck's kind of like that. Why change if you're already perfect?
Right? You're already at the top of your evolutionary ladder. Yep. As far as we know, John Adams is the only founding father of the United States that never enslaved anyone. I don't know if that deserves a round of applause or just like, hey, you were a semi-decent person.
Yeah. You were the only decent person.
Right.
Congratulations. Wow. You're the only decent president.
On February 20th, 1939, 20,000 Americans attended a Nazi rally in Madison Square Garden. And on January 6th in D.C., same thing. Wow. You threw that in there, so I had to read that on the air, didn't you, Scott?
I did put that in there for you.
You just wanted to see if I'd say it. Your face is getting redder than mine.
I didn't write that.
Wow. I mean, yeah.
You wouldn't have read it if you didn't agree.
I wouldn't have read it if I'd have read ahead of time, Scott.
Okay. Evelyn Wood, baby. Evelyn Wood will keep you out of that kind of trouble. Just saying. Who knows what other surprises might be in this script, okay?
Who's Evelyn Wood?
The Evelyn Wood speed reading course, or you're too young for it.
I'm more familiar with the Micro Machine guy, Scott.
He was the original Rosetta Stone. I don't know.
Okay.
It was a book you could teach you how to speed read.
Oh, okay. I think I remember something like that. Yeah. I do remember infomercials.
You'll come through it through osmosis.
Okay. That's fair.
All right. What annoying myth do people still believe? Mm-hmm. First, these are off the internet. Ostriches buried their head in the sand when confronted.
No, I don't. Do people actually believe that? I just thought that was a thing from cartoons.
No. It's just a thing from cartoons. It's actually only Tauruses that do that. Sorry if you're a Taurus. That you get warts from frogs. What? You don't?
Right.
Oh. All right. Everybody resume licking the frog. Actually, there's some that are poisonous, so don't do that.
Yeah, no, there's some that will literally kill you if you lick the frog.
Yes, don't do that. Yeah. Cracking your knuckles makes them bigger and gives you arthritis. No, it doesn't.
It's not the knuckles, it's the those magnetic tape erasers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last but not least, the election was stolen. Annoying things, myths that people still believe. All right, Chuck, you got a game for me?
I do. So these are a series of multiple choice questions for you, Scott.
Okay.
Do that and you win.
Okay.
These are, So what you're going to do is these aren't actually questions. You just choose ones from each group and we'll let you know if you win. Okay.
So it's not like, it's kind of like a multiple choice because I have choices, but I just kind of got to pick my favorite.
Yep. Okay. Just shout one out and I'll tell you if you're a winner or not. The first one here, a Butterfinger candy bar, indoor carpeting, or Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear, because that guy stole one last week.
You are correct, sir.
I would do that.
You are correct. Last one here, adult diapers, Law and Order, or Harrison Ford.
Oh. Can I choose two, like Harrison Ford in adult diapers?
Adult diapers, Law and Order, Harrison Ford.
I'm going to go with adult diapers because I'm going to need them soon.
That is correct, Scott. You will.
I am going to need. Oh, man.
And you'll have you have to make sure you clean your changing station.
Yeah, because you can't hire anybody to do that, right?
Right? Yeah, no, you got to do that yourself, or just get those sanitizer, the Lysol wipes. Those are good for that.
Okay.
You'll know.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Soon enough. The last one here is Red Bull, Michigan, or scented candles.
Okay. I used to have a vacation property in Michigan when I lived in Indiana, and don't like Michigan, so no.
That's fair.
Scented candles give me an asthma attack, so definitely it's my favorite drink that I can't afford. I'm going with Red Bull, baby.
And you are 3 out of 3, Scott. Correct. Good job. Yay.
I got them all right. That's amazing.
Good job. That's the best trivia yet.
Yeah, it's the best I've ever done. All right, here comes payback. We're going to play Would You Rather, Chuck.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather drink coffee every day or drink tea every day?
Oh, coffee. I already do that.
74% of Americans are with you. Yeah, I had a camper staying the other day in the little campground, and she asked if there was any way to make tea, and I said, we don't let people make tea. Coffee only.
That's fair.
Get out. Get out.
Don't you know you're in America? Put that pinky down.
Would you rather rid the world of all mean people or all stupid people?
Oh, mean people for sure. Some of the people I love the most are absolute morons.
All right, that's
No,
the way
kidding.
Chuck feels about me.
I'm kidding.
What? What?
Crickets. I don't think you're stupid, Scott.
All right. Would you rather go without shampoo for the rest of your life or toothpaste for the rest of your life?
Let me decide here. I'm gonna go with shampoo. I already don't need it. So
you do have a little patches of hair on the side, don't you?
yeah, but I generally keep. They're a little disheveled right now. They're about a quarter inch long.
Okay. So do you just wash those, or do you soap them up, or how do you deal with that small amount of hair?
Well, generally that's what holds my body wash while I shower. Is I just kind of lather up the top and then keep going back to it for
more.
Yeah, that's sort of my soap bank, if you will. Yeah.
So, would you rather go without shampoo? You chose shampoo. It's surprising. I thought you already chose toothpaste.
No, You know what's disturbing is 9% of the people actually chose toothpaste.
Yes. Well, maybe they didn't use it. Maybe they were like baking soda people.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's baking soda, there's charcoal. People
Yeah,
would
let's
brush
whip
their
up some
teeth with
baking soda
charcoal.
and charcoal. And
Yeah,
light it on fire.
there you go, and put it in your mouth.
All right. You want to keep going on bits and breaks, or you want to try some trivia this morning, Chuck? Your choice.
Well, let's do some trivia.
All right, we're gonna do trivia with Chuck Ritchie.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, not part of the trivia, but it is things I thought about in the shower this morning.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to ask you some questions on the things I thought about in the shower today.
Oh cool.
First, can popcorn be undercooked?
Oh, I'm gonna go with yeah, because then it just won't pop, right?
No. If you cook it, it's going to pop.
Okay. Then I guess no. It can definitely be overcooked.
All right. Can you make popcorn quietly?
No, you cannot.
Good answer. Good answer.
And why would you want to? That sound is lovely.
The lifespan of people is going back up, but the attention span of people is going where?
Sideways for sure.
Yeah. Before dryers, we had no idea that our clothes were so what?
So wet.
No.
So full of lint.
Linty, yes. Linty. Cars are marked to be faster than the competition, but it's kind of pointless. Why?
Because we have speed limits.
Yeah. Wayne, you're smart.
Right. This car can go 120 miles an hour, but don't do it.
All right. Social media and Fox News did this to our parents, and it's the same thing blank did to us.
They did this to our parents, and it's the same thing blank did to us.
Yep.
I'm going to say it zombified them, and the same thing they did to us.
No, but it is zombified. It's this zombified video games. Did the same
Okay,
thing
yeah.
to us.
Oh, yeah,
Fox
yeah.
News
Video
and
games,
social
yeah,
media
yeah.
are doing to our parents. I just kept having to tell Mom it wasn't real because it was on Facebook.
I still say one of these days I'm going to go visit my parents, and I'm going to put the parental lock. And this is a good thing for you out there listening. Go to your parents' house, your elderly parents, put the parental control lock on their Fox News or however CNN. I don't care. Put it on the if they're one of those people that has the news on 24 hours. Put the parental control lock on it.
Save them from it.
See how long it takes them to figure it out.
If you're listening to the news, you're either getting angry or you're being lied to.
Right.
All right, trivia questions for real. When put on hold, 22% of us prefer what?
Music.
No.
That callback option where you can hold your place in line and have them call you back when it comes back to it.
No. It's only 22%.
22% prefer to wait?
Just want to sit there in silence. Just sit there in silence.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to do that because I want to at least have them come back in every few minutes and go, sorry, you're still on hold, so I don't think I've been disconnected.
Right. Have you ever done that, been on hold with no music or anything, and you just don't even know if you're even still on the line? Like, am I just waiting here for no reason, looking like an idiot? Well, I mean, looking like an idiot, yeah, that's a given. But am I just waiting here looking like me for no reason? Yeah.
Takes an average of 13 hours to build one of these. You have a couple.
How many hours?
13.
13 hours to build one of these. Is it a car?
It is a car.
Okay.
I love it when people answer and they're not sure they answer in a question. Is it a car, Alex? No, it's not a car. All right. Before winning the presidential election of 1860, Abraham Lincoln did this 8 times.
He posted on social media.
No.
No.
You got me. You can't do that. Before winning the presidential election of 1860, Abraham Lincoln had done this 8 times. What?
Been a senator?
No, Ben. It's right in the same vein, though.
Run and lost?
Yes, 8 times he lost.
Wow.
Before he got elected. And that's exactly how many times Trump is going to come along.
Right. Yeah.
1893, City of Chicago hired the country's first what? 1893. Hired the fund. See if I can give you a hint. Chicago was very progressive in its hiring practices. This was a city job.
I'm going to say first. Was it an elected or a hired position?
It was a hired position. There are a bunch of them hired for this job, but in 1893, City of Chicago hired the country's first what to join the others.
Is it a position within like the city administration or government?
I guess it'd be part of the city government. Yeah.
Okay. Did they hire their first black administrator person first?
No, but you're close.
Am I close on the race or the position?
Well, you're close on that kind of.
Okay.
Yes.
Was it a first female something?
Yes.
Okay, their first female city administrator.
No. Be a job it's going to surprise you.
Is it
after 1893?
Is it a judge?
A female cop.
Oh, wow.
First female cop, 1893. Go Chicago.
That is impressive.
Wow. That is impressive.
I believe Chihuahua just hired our first recently.
Someone opens a can of this food in the world every 4 seconds. What food is it, Chuck?
Tuna.
No.
A can of no.
Yes. No.
A can of beans?
No. Think of the world's most famous meat.
A can of Spam.
A can of Spam. There you go. Every 4 seconds.
Hawaii, the number 1 consumer of Spam. Alaska, number 2.
Wow.
Yep. Random trivia you didn't want to know.
Trivia. Yeah. All right. No points for that, Chuck.
No,
Sorry.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right. Top 4 most grown fruits in the world are grapes, bananas, apples, and
pears?
Nope.
Grapes, bananas, apples, and grapes, bananas, apples, and pear is the only the next one that.
Think Gilligan's Island.
Coconuts.
Coconuts.
That seems
hit him on the head.
Coconuts seems like it'd be way down on the list.
Spy the lie, Chuck.
Okay.
First theft of an automobile happened in New York in 1907. Earth weighs 100 trillion pounds. Mosquitoes are more attracted to people who have eaten a banana recently.
I'm going to go with the car theft because I'm guessing it was earlier than that.
You're right. It was 1896 and it happened in Paris. And that's a trick I well know. And when I'm going out hiking with friends, I always smush a little banana on the back of everyone else.
Oh, it's because mosquitoes are... That's interesting. So if you eat a banana, you're more likely to be eaten by mosquitoes.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's because banana farts are a thing.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know if they are. I don't want to find out.
Man, did somebody eat a banana in here?
Wow. All right. Riddle, Chuck. It's riddle time.
Okay.
Got to listen closely. We fit inside every book or two. No telling what we do. We may change lives forever. We are clever. Or maybe we just weak wit. We even make up the ingredients to a banana split. What are we?
Is it a cookbook?
Not really, but I think I'll give it to you because it's words.
Oh, words. Okay. That was actually my second guess. I was going to say words or letters.
All right, these are kind of tough.
Okay.
Who's taller, Adele or Taylor Swift?
I'm going to go with Taylor Swift.
And you're right. Taylor Swift's
Okay.
5'11", Adele just 5'9", which is still 5 inches taller than me.
Wow.
All right. That's horrible.
We did Sweetest Got Talent over the weekend, and I made a great. Your name came up. Joe was thanking me for doing the thing, and said I had really big shoes to fill, and I said, yeah, I tried them, and it was more like a Wizard of Oz situation, but yes, metaphorically, absolutely.
My feet hurt all night. Just wearing Scott shoes. All right, Ben Affleck or Dwayne Johnson? Who's taller?
I'm gonna say Ben Affleck is taller.
I probably would have guessed that too. 6'4" versus Dwayne's 6'5".
Oh, Dwayne is taller. Okay.
All right, Tyler Perry or Katie Holmes?
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes 5'9", Tyler Perry a whole 6'5", so no.
Wow, he's huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Scott Allen or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Hold on. Let me think. Can I get their shoe sizes?
Let's see, 9 and 14.
I think it probably Kareem. It's probably got you by a couple inches.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
He used to play basketball with his kneecap.
I was gonna say, wouldn't you stare at his belly button?
Hey. All right, let's see if I got anything else in the little kitty. Around 12.5 million of these are born each year in the United States. And I think you just said it.
I just said it?
Yeah.
Belly buttons? But no.
12.5 million of these are born each year in the U.S. We don't count belly buttons.
Okay. Something I just said?
I thought I heard you just say something about this creature.
Beatles?
Nope.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Goodness. My alarm was going off. 12.5 million are born each year. It's something I mentioned.
They have really soft butts. They like to be patted.
Why are you talking about me, Scott?
It's Chuck Ritchie's. No, it's not Chuck Ritchie's. It's kittens.
Kittens.
12.5 million kittens.
I don't think I said you talking about kissing your cat.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
That was bad. It was a bad hint. Let's see. Researchers tell us you're least likely to do this between 8 and 11 in the morning.
You're less likely to do this?
Yeah, it's a thing people do that's not very good. But you're less likely to do it between 8 and 11. Does not apply. Here's your hint. Does not apply to President Trump.
You're less likely to lie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you basically gave me the answer, Scott.
Best hint ever. People are less likely to lie between 8 and 11. That's good. All right. Pentagon uses on average about 650 of these a day. It's a thing they need to replace. Pentagon uses on average about 650 of these a day.
Rolls of toilet paper because they're full
Yes,
of...
it's...
Oh, what?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Seriously? That's the answer.
It is.
That was my joke.
I was worried what you were going to say.
Because they're full of spit and vinegar. Isn't that a saying? Spit and vinegar? Yeah, that's a saying. Yeah.
All right. 67% of workers say they're happiest at work when
their boss isn't there.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. All right. One last riddle, and then we're going to break. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I protect one tiny fighter like plate armor, though somewhat lighter. No jabs from horrible steel spear will mar my ward, my precious dear. The task we do, it may be slight, but my enemy and I, we close things tight. Even though you may be nimble, you should use me. I'm a
thimble.
Nimble!
There we
That was
go.
too easy. I got to the end. Even I knew it this time.
That's impressive because I am really, really, really bad at riddles. By the time we get to the end, I'm like, what was the first part?
Forgot the first half of it. Can you start over?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You did good today, Chuck. Another round of applause for you.
Thanks, sir.
And before we press that button to go to break, I'd like to pick your brain a little bit.
Okay.
So what do people have online? I know we had some problems on Chewil's Got Talent, and I want to update too.
Yeah.
But what do we have on our Facebook page that people could watch? What would you recommend? Because I know there's a couple videos up there.
Well, we have so what happened for people out there listening, we had everything set up on the computer. There was a combination of bad excuses, bad timing. No, basically, I had everything set up in the software. It was that OBS software. It just kept crashing. Every time I'd click, it would just crash and crash and crash. And then
Didn't like your laptop or something that you put it on.
something.
I'm guessing you didn't test it?
I tried, ran out of time. And the cameras, we actually had professional cameras set up. It was really going to be great. The software wouldn't just wouldn't communicate with my computer. I think I actually earlier in the day I had downloaded another piece of software to turn a YouTube video into an MP3, and it gave my computer a virus. And I think that was responsible for the majority of it because those pop-up windows wouldn't stop popping up, and it just wouldn't. It was just bogging my computer down. It wouldn't let it do much of anything.
Sad.
So I think it was that virus that I'd given my computer about 2 or 3 hours before.
Oh, we do have some videos on Facebook,
Right.
correct?
We do. There's the first half is pretty solid. It's all recorded just with my phone.
It looks good though. I was surprised.
It was literally as the lights were going down and people were starting to applaud for the beginning of the show. I was in the lighting booth in the back trying to figure this out, and I said, "Oh!" and I just opened up my phone and logged in and went live video and set the phone down on the counter. Could think of a million other ways to do that better now after the fact, but that's okay. So then during the intermission, I thought, I have a brilliant idea. I will stream it through the station computer, which I did not have the board set up, so all you heard was about 7 minutes of the radio station playing. So then I went back, and there is 7 minutes of decent footage that I couldn't find. No, everyone said, well, there's nothing on the Facebook feed right now. There's nothing going on, but it was saying it was live on my phone. So I stopped that video, started a new one, and then immediately after that 7-minute video popped up and said, oh, KCHW was live. But then I tried getting the rest of it, and I went back after the show was over to grab my phone, and the guy I had running the lights back there said, about 3/4 of the way through, your phone said it overheated and couldn't continue.
All right. So
sorry, everybody. I tried.
You won honorable mention for comedy of errors.
Right? It was bad.
All right, so
man.
let's talk about the good stuff.
Yeah.
But there are some portions of videos if you want to check them out on our Facebook.
There are.
The good stuff, though, I want to hear about the people who won.
Oh yeah, the show itself. I just want to start off saying thank you to everybody and all of our sponsors. I am so proud of that show. It went so well. I'm so amazed by the show. All the contestants, everybody there deserved to win that night. But for our winners, we had an honorable mention. A group of young men called themselves Thrivin'. You know them. Nathan Carlin. He works over at the Independent office. He was one of the young men. They did a really, really great rendition of Nothing Else Matters from Metallica. Their instrumental work was absolutely nailed it, on point. It was wonderful. Set of drums, Nathan played the cajon masterfully. It was actually really, really good. Third place, we had Keegan Chanel. He's doing Fire Boy. It wasn't actual fire because we were inside the theater, but he used LED lights with the lighting off, and it was really spectacular. And if I could do that one again, I would have had the lights on him a little more. We turned the lights down so you could see the fire going. But what you couldn't see from a lot of the audience was his actual dancing performance he did along with it, more than just spinning the poi. He did this whole dance routine with it that we couldn't see that well. People up front could see it, and that's actually why he won, because the judges were able to see that. Second place, Caleb McCoy. He did this version of Elton John's Rocket Man that literally brought the judges to tears.
Aww.
It was phenomenal. And I got contacted by somebody 3 days after, or on Monday after the show, saying they showed that video to a friend of theirs that has a recording studio down south, and they would like to record him from Chihuahua's Got Talent.
Wow.
So yeah.
Nice.
And I talked to his uncle Ron McCoy last night after the city council meeting and congratulated him and told him what a phenomenal job his nephew did.
All right.
So very, very proud of it. And our winner, she's a local. She dances over at the Aaron Huff Memorial Center. She's part of a clogging troupe. Her name is Hannah Johnson, and she won the first prize and $650 for her clog routine that was phenomenal. She puts every ounce of her body into that performance, flying through the air. If you've ever seen the traditional Southern style clogging, it's similar to that, but this was just amped up times 1,000. She did a wonderful routine, and she's actually a 2-time national champion clogger. So maybe a bit of a ringer, but you know what? She signed up just like everybody else and auditioned, and man,
That's fair.
What a performance. It was phenomenal and a great night.
Who would have thought that clogging would have won first place, though? Really?
I know, right?
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
People
Good job,
were blown
Chuck.
away. Yeah.
And big round of applause for Chuck Ritchie. He had lots of help, but all the pressure sat on his shoulders.
Yeah, it does.
Good job.
And we're gonna do a debriefing meeting tomorrow and figure out next year how to make things even better.
That sounds official. Debriefing.
Yeah, we're gonna do a debriefing at 0300. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
We'll debrief you when we come back. Not quite the same though.
Right.
I got Chuck. He's losing it on the camera.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, we're going to have local birthdays, odd news, and a little bit more. Stay right here, Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Now you have to laugh. Now it's funny.
Studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
It's 8:25.
Programming on KCHW is made possible in part by listeners like you and by
Country Chevrolet. Country Chevrolet, located at 880 South Main Street in Colville, is a full-service Chevrolet dealership, offering a wide range of new and pre-owned vehicles with at-home mobile test drive service available. In addition, Country Chevrolet also offers maintenance and service, vehicle rentals, and full auto detailing. More information is available at countrychevy.com or by calling 509-684-8400. KCHW would like to thank Country Chevrolet for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, May the 16th, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. A barge hit the Pelican Island Causeway Wednesday morning, damaging a portion of the bridge and causing an oil spill in the bay. That from KTRK. They report the Gulf Intercoastal Waterway is shut down for about 6.5 miles. The closure a major setback for operations as significant maritime commercial traffic uses the waterway along the Texas coast. KTRK adds that Galveston County officials confirmed evacuations are underway for anyone who needs to leave Pelican Island, but they warn evacuees might not be able to return in the near future. And a wave of electric vehicles is coming, and the Chicago Area Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus EV Readiness Program is working with area towns and villages to meet the demand. Details now in this Energy News Network, Solutions Journalism Network, Illinois News Connection collaboration.
State leaders expect there will be 1 million or more EVs on Illinois roads by 2030. Edith Mockra with the caucus says local governments receive free technical assistance and training in a variety of critical areas as they work toward the designation an EV-ready community.
So it doesn't come out of left field like, hey, here's a great idea, let's do this. We've thought about this, and we have our municipalities aligned and on board, and of our 275 communities, 159 of them have passed a formal resolution saying, yes, let's do this.
Mockra says the program was developed from a Department of Energy program called SolSmart, which assisted local and regional governments with planning for a renewable energy economy. She says EV Ready offers examples of forward-looking policies that make changes in codes to accommodate electric vehicles. Mark Richardson reporting.
And it's been a decade since the massive fallout from the Flint water crisis. Now, Michigan leaders are highlighting their progress in removing lead lines from the water system to prevent a repeat of history.
Since 2019, the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department has received more than $85 million from the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, or EGLE. EGLE spokesman Hugh McDermott says the funds given to Detroit are part of more than $216 million in grants to invest in a safer drinking water system.
They're going great guns in Detroit. They're replacing about 150 a week. We also wanted to illustrate that there's a lot going on statewide. Every couple weeks, we announce new grants for water infrastructure improvements in communities large and small.
The funding for Michigan's water system update includes a $75 million grant from the American Rescue Plan Act. That's the $1.9 trillion economic stimulus bill passed in 2021 in response to the COVID crisis. Crystal Blair reporting.
Water authorities point out they're also working with a $200 million expansion of the MI Clean Water Plan to help communities across the state ensure safer, cleaner drinking water. This is Public News Service. In a blow to free speech and the right to assemble, the U.S. Supreme Court recently declined to hear a case involving the rights of protest organizers in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas. Danielle Smith explains.
McKesson versus Doe stemmed from protests over the 2016 police killing of Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A protest organizer faced charges after a police officer was injured by the actions of an unknown protester. Celie Gay with Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation says an opinion by the Fifth Circuit now stands that allows an organizer to be held liable for the individual actions of others at a protest based on negligence.
This case, without question, infringes upon all of our First Amendment rights. It's incumbent upon us to reject its premise and its intention, which is frankly to scare champions of justice and organizers away from mass protest.
The Fifth Circuit covers Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas, and Gay notes that the First Amendment still protects the right to assembly.
And a new round of federal funding is coming North Dakota's way to help plug dozens of abandoned oil wells.
The U.S. Department of the Interior this week awarded $25 million to North Dakota to respond to what's described as legacy pollution. 46 orphaned oil and gas wells will be plugged, along with remediation work in more than 270 contaminated sites. Curtis Shuck leads the Well Done Foundation, which works with states on capping neglected wells no longer in operation. He says this work is vital in reducing negative environmental impacts, such as lingering methane leaks.
End of the day, when we walk away from a project, it's hopefully like it was never there.
Beyond protecting air and water resources, federal officials say these projects create good-paying union jobs and pave the way for economic growth. A number of conservation groups say while these efforts are needed, oil companies that abandon these sites are being let off the hook. I'm Mike Moen.
Finally, Minnesota is moving closer to ensuring that all workers are eligible for the state's minimum wage of $10.85 an hour. The legislature has been taking action on a labor policy bill that includes a provision to essentially do away with minimum wage carve-outs. That would mean that certain groups of workers, such as those hired by small businesses and employees 18 and younger, would no longer have to settle for the lower wage of $8.85 an hour. During the Senate floor debate this week, Duluth Democrat Jennifer McEwen defended moves like these.
Our businesses in Minnesota are prepared to have a good quality of life for the people that are working at their businesses.
Republican senators argued that the state is creating a burdensome environment for small business. This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's on interesting radio stations on your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW 102.7 FM, the music education station, is pleased to announce its first fully produced syndicated radio program that's available to public radio stations worldwide. It's called Swinging with Dr. Jazz, and you can hear it locally at 6 p.m. every Sunday night, right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. Each episode features 6 swing-era bands from the 30s and 40s. Swinging with Dr. Jazz, Sundays at 6 on KCHW 102.7 and online at northernlightspublicradio.com.
You can do it!
Yes, we can.
Getting ready for the presidential debate.
That's right. It's nap time. It's kind of like watching NASCAR.
We are two wild and crazy guys!
Mostly.
Sometimes. If we get enough sleep the night before. If not, we're just kind of two chill, mellow guys having a conversation on the air.
2 children.
Yeah. You know that NASCAR thing. That's true though, man. NASCAR is it's great to take a nap to. For 4 hours. Yeah. Good stuff.
You want to watch every single second.
It's like having flies buzzing around your head sometimes too, though.
All right, you got some local birthdays as we jump into segment 2. I know we got several celebrity birthdays, including one that deserves a boo. So, hey.
We do. Yeah. We have several local birthdays today, too, and none of them deserve a boo.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have Kristen Bolander Robbins, Navarone Katzer, Patricia McKenna, Janie Howe, and Luke Shepard, all with birthdays today. There you go.
Navarone, better known as Roan. There you go.
Oh, okay. Roan Katzer. Okay.
I thought you might have missed that.
I was like, wow, that's a great name. Well, happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthdays all the way around. You know me, you love them, you see them around town, point and laugh and tell them we talked about them on the radio.
That's right.
All right. A couple of ones to start off that I just love. Danny Trejo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's turning 80. 80, still doing movies.
I believe it's pronounced Trejo.
Trejo. Yeah, you shouldn't pronounce the J, right? Oops. Hold on.
Oh, no! We suck again!
All right, Pierce Brosnan. I think I got that right. He's turning 71 today. Deborah Winger, an officer and a gentleman, The Ranch. She did that Urban Cowboy, too. I think that was her first big film, 69.
Nice.
Go ahead.
I just said nice.
Nice. Mayor Winningham, American Horror Story, The Affair, and more, 65. Janet Jackson turning 58. David Barantz from SEAL Team, Bones, and Angel, 55. Here's we'll save him till the last. Tori Spelling, 51. Megan Fox from the Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What a filmography.
Right. Good stuff.
38.
All the 80s toys. I hear next is going to be in G.I. Joe and the Smurfs and...
I'd like to see her as a Smurf. They only have one girl, so...
We're not going to go there.
Bahati Prinsloo. She's a model, married to Adam Levine, 36. Thomas Brody Sangster from Goddess and Game of Thrones, turning 34. And our last one, we saved him for last because that's where he is in the ratings. It's Tucker Carlson at 55. Hold on.
Guy making a career of lying angrily into the TV.
Yes, yes. I wonder if he could get a Guinness World Record as the world's biggest liar. No, he's got
there's a lot of competition. There's a whole lot.
Yeah, mostly his friends, though.
Yeah.
All right, on to history. It happened today with Chuck Ritchie.
1866, Charles Elmer hires, or sorry, I thought it said Charles Elmer hired somebody. No, Charles Elmer Hires invented root beer. The Hires root beer. Hires root beer. It seems like
I thought maybe it was going to be Elmer's glue.
Right? It seems like that. It seems like root beer should be older than that. I thought that was like a really old thing. Anyway, 1929, about 270 people attended a dinner at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, at which the first Academy Awards were given in 12 categories. The silent film Wings won Best Picture. A committee of only 20 members selected the winners that year. They were first televised in 1953. Then in 1965, Campbell Soup Company introduced SpaghettiOs under its Franco-American brand, and the world hasn't been the same since.
Still eating them today.
There you go. Do you really?
Yes.
It's so gross.
It's a cheat.
It's so gross.
Not the one with wieners in them. Those are disgusting.
They smell like vomit. I'm sorry.
When I was a kid, I used to eat them right out of the can without heating them up. The truth is, I've always been lazy.
You know what? I used to do that with Beanie Weenies, or my favorite was I'd take them camping and just take like a hunk of Velveeta along too, and you just put that can open that can up, set it right on the fire with a hunk of Velveeta in there. Good stuff. Okay. I tried it again as an adult. No, didn't do it for me. 1975, Japanese climber Junko Tabi, leading an all-woman expedition to Mount Everest, became the first woman to reach the summit. She later recalled, even after reaching the peak, instead of shouting with excitement, I was simply happy that I didn't have to go any higher.
I bet.
Been there. 1991, 14 Stanford University students started leapfrogging. They stopped 10 days and 999.2 miles later with a Guinness World Record.
Could you imagine driving down the highway and seeing that?
They couldn't have gone that extra 0.8 of a mile and made it 1,000. I bet you that's what they were intending for, and they got their math wrong. And then afterwards, they were really disappointed in themselves.
One person just, I'm sorry, I can't do it again.
2000, the New York Democratic Party nominated First Lady Hillary Clinton for U.S. Senate, making her the first lady to run for public office.
I don't know if this fits, but I want to play it anyways.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Is it just me, or does she look always angry?
She is always angry.
Yeah, okay, it's not just me then.
Well, unless she has that weird sort of that sort of weird,
that kind of grin where she looks like she just put antifreeze in your coffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say that weird, devious, like she knows something you don't know, but you probably shouldn't know it. Antifreeze. Yeah, she knows something you don't know, but you don't really want to know because it's probably going to be disturbing. Yeah. In 2007, 22-year-old Yvonne D. Maurice pleaded guilty in federal court to trying to rob a Rhode Island bank at a drive-up window while traveling in a hired limousine. She told the driver she needed to withdraw cash from the bank to pay for the ride. Oh, pardon me. Then she handed the teller an envelope with a note demanding money. The teller triggered an alarm, and police said the driver was unaware of the robbery attempt. Just sitting there, listening to the radio. Wow. 2013, the oldest water ever was discovered in a Canadian mine. It was about 2.6 billion years old.
No way. How could they tell?
Isn't all water old? I mean, hasn't it been the same water since the beginning of time? Is there such thing as new water?
I don't know.
That's high quality H2O.
Yes, it is. That's right.
High quality H2O.
Gotta get that high quality H2O. 2019, new DNA research that bed bugs are older than humans, 115 million years old, and outlived the dinosaurs.
That's what drove them away.
Well, what kind of beds did the dinosaurs sleep in? Yeah. Where did the bed bugs get them at? 2020, 118-year-old American department store JCPenney filed for bankruptcy. It's a sad day for America.
I couldn't believe it.
I know,
Something
right?
that's been around so long. It's sad. Yeah.
I know. 2023, ABC announced a new spin-off, The Bachelor, would premiere in the fall, featuring senior citizens as contestants. The new show called The Golden Bachelor would focus on one older male contestant and age-appropriate female suitors who would compete for his love.
And extra long commercials.
Right. Geritol.
Here's me on The Golden Bachelor.
Oh, leave me alone. I'm 100 years old. I'm done.
Don't be an Adolf Hitler.
And you heard they got divorced already, or they're getting divorced.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, it's already happened and been over with because it happened in 2023. But
Right.
they were on a few weeks ago on Good Morning America announcing their divorce.
Oh, man. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. All
Yeah, I
right,
got a case
special
of the
events.
yawns. I can't stop.
Enjoying the show, are you, Chuck?
It's these stories. I'm boring myself, Scott.
Let's check in on Chuck. We used to do this, me and Alan, when you'd miss Thursdays where you
Yeah.
overslept. We'd check on you, and this is all we could hear. Nanny cam.
Man, I was bad, wasn't I? It's amazing you ever invited me back.
And then he took so many naps we hired him.
Right.
All right. Though you haven't been late since you became the boss.
Nope.
Saying. All right. It's
When I
Biographer's
commit,
Day.
I commit.
You do. It's a Brown Bag It Thursday, Global Accessibility Awareness Day, Hummus Day.
Ooh, love a
What's
good
a
hummus.
sounds like a bone you should have.
Ow, my hummus bone.
I hit my hummus and it hurts so bad. Barbecue Day. Yeah, barbecue yourself up some hummus. Notebook Day. Sea Monkey Day. Also good barbecued.
There you go. I mean, they are just shrimp. Just say.
Mom, where's my sea monkeys? Your dad ate them.
Oh, man. Throw another sea monkey on the Barbie.
Love a Tree Day, followed by Tomorrow Marry a Tree Day.
Ooh.
Mimosa Day. You know what a mimosa is, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Orange juice and champagne.
No, I'm mostly happy. Piercing Day. Chuck, you got any piercings?
I do not. None that were intentional.
It's that staple through the thumb.
I've had one or two of those.
All right, and wear purple for Peace Day. There you go.
There you go. I do believe I have a sock with purple on it, but just one. Yeah.
Okay.
Couldn't find any that matched today.
Oh, good. It
was an early
What is
morning.
the number for the day, Chuck Ritchie?
The number of the day is 50,000. Those are the scents the nose can remember. I didn't know my nose had a brain.
That many? 50,000?
That seems about right. You know, they say one of the strongest sense memories is your sense of smell. To bring back, nostalgia, memories of childhood, your sense of smell.
Yeah, you were talking about the socks this morning and how you wanted a new pair, and I remember every day that you didn't get them.
Yeah, because of the smell.
Yeah.
Good times.
Smell memory. Oh, you think you have it all when you win the lottery, right? Right, Chuck?
Right.
Right. One real story. Well, I guess our odd news stories are real too, but one real story. This is a guy right here in the state of Maine who scored a whopping $1.35 billion Mega Million jackpot earlier last year, and he's now embroiled in a legal dispute with his family over allegedly reneging on promises to share the wealth.
Oh.
Because, $1.35 billion just isn't enough for one.
Right. You know what else you
The
get?
man-
You know what you do get when you win the lottery? Relatives coming out of the woodwork.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
But he had enough money for all of them.
If I had $1.35 billion just handed to me, I would probably give a pretty good portion of it away to people, I would imagine. It's easy to say that now, but another thing when you actually get it, I don't know.
For spending it? Yeah. The man who chose to remain unnamed has been accused by his daughter's mother of disclosing the windfall to relatives contrary to his claims. His father supported these allegations, asserting that his son had indeed shared details of the lottery triumph and pledged grand gestures like constructing a garage and establishing trust funds, only to backtrack later. Rift deepened when the man reportedly demanded his dad sever ties with the mother of his granddaughter. Conflicting accounts have led to a heated court battle now, with the family divided over the handling of the colossal fortune. Despite the immense riches at stake, the situation remains unresolved, leaving the family dynamic in turmoil. Now, here's my problem. None of them won. How can they sue him?
I don't know.
I mean, you can sue for anything now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Unless you're the DOJ, once and you're out.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody else can appeal 100 times, but not the Department of Justice. You don't. Not one appeal.
Wow.
I'm not bitter. No.
Not at all.
But that's they didn't win. They have no right to sue him. I hope it gets thrown out. That's horrible.
I hope so. Yeah.
Even though, he shouldn't around saying he's going to share if he wasn't going to. That's horrible too. Yeah. And you got all that money and you're not going to support your closest family.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
I mean, you have enough money to change most countries' economies, and you're not gonna pay off your brother's house.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, dude. Yeah.
All right. There's one more family planning to sue. Do you want to try that one?
I don't know where.
Well, I was in News and Nuggets. I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. One more family lawsuit, and then we'll kick off.
Okay, I got it here.
You got it? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so a shocking discovery in Florida medical examiner's office has left a family devastated and seeking justice. Cedric Wayne McFadden, he was murdered in 2005. He had his skull and spine found in a bin at a funeral home 19 years after his burial. Wow. The family was informed by the Lake County Medical Examiner's Office that McFadden's body was buried without all of his body parts, leaving them stunned and outraged. Yeah.
Ew.
After McFadden's body was released to a funeral home in Ocala, Florida following his murder, the family had assumed that all of his remains were placed to rest. With plans to file a lawsuit against the medical examiner's office, McFadden's family is demanding answers and accountability for the mishandling of their brother's remains.
Well, we thought they were just extras.
Why would they keep that? Why would they remove that from his body? And what in the world?
And then put him in a barrel. All right.
That's some psychopath stuff there.
If it would have been his hands, you could have reached in the barrel and said,
I got my 2 hands up, I surrender, come and lock me up, here forever. That's not mine. I'm telling you, baby, that's not mine.
Got both mine.
I don't even know what this is. This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
All right,
Where did that come from?
That's the extras barrel.
Oh, that's where that came from. Oh, it's been kicking around the office for years. We always wondered. Yeah, no.
Just put him in the extras barrel.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go.
Wow.
We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Here we go into the odd news. Always kick it off with a news attack. First sentence is always true. Second sentence on this part, a bad joke. And here comes the host of Chihuahua's Got Talent 6.
That's
Chuck
right.
Ritchie.
Yeah, so President Biden, we talked about this earlier, and Donald Trump will debate on June 27th. The debate sponsored by the local. But we don't. Do we have our? We don't have a retirement home.
You say Eagle's Nest, maybe.
Yeah. The debate sponsored by Depends Undergarments.
Yes, they're calling it the geriatric joust of the century.
It's also billed as the battle of who can remember what they just said? What? What? Can you turn the subtitles on, honey?
I can't hear that. It's less of a presidential debate, more like the world's most intense bingo night.
You know, I think this one, though, it's less about running for office and more about just not running out of breath. Right.
Report found that each month in the United States there are 5 billion robocalls. 6 billion if you count the ones I get.
Mm-hmm. Every day. Half of them during the morning show with my phone sitting next to me on the counter. So
Apparently, I have a lot of tax judgments against me, too.
Ooh, wow.
You know that phone call? Have you gotten that one where they say you have a tax judgment and that the police are looking for you to send a warrant?
Oh, I haven't gotten that one.
Oh, yeah, that one's always fun.
You know what I've been getting a lot of lately is the just from local numbers, from Chewelah numbers even, which is the no answer and hang up.
Oh.
And a lot of those, what they do is they spoof a local number and they just call so you say hello and then they know it's a valid number that they can then sell to other spammers. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Right. Research have found that we can move our bodies in various ways that can help us solve complex problems. So, Scott, are you having a stroke or are you doing algebra?
Hail to the king, baby.
It's 10. That's the answer. 10. I've never had a stroke, so it's kind of hard to impersonate that. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
With 99 stores closing, Red Lobster is auctioning off the entire contents of some of its locations. Buy one entree. I just started reading this week.
Right.
So
that's okay.
Buy one entree, get a booth, a bar stool, and a salt shaker free.
I mean, that's a deal you can't refuse right there.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind having a Red Lobster booth. That'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Also, the catch of the day includes slightly used tablecloths.
I used to own a restaurant, and when we closed it down, we turned the bar into our living room.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, big screen projector, booths, party time.
Oh, so you kept the building and you just lived there?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
So you literally lived in a bar?
Literally lived in a bar. We would throw giant house parties too because we had a full bar.
We used to live. We actually lived when I was a kid in Findlay, Washington, and we had this my grandmother's house after she passed away. We had a triple wide put on the property. There was a house, we called it the old house. It was originally the first house, the farmhouse on the property, turned into a speakeasy during Prohibition.
Woo!
Yeah. So there was still the full bar. It hadn't been touched since probably the 20s or 30s. But it was really cool. We'd always go and explore and play in there as kids. And there was the old bar and all the old stuff from there. I wish I had that now. I couldn't imagine the treasures in there because it was full of stuff, packed. Yeah.
Turn the house into a speakeasy.
No,
I know, right?
This is one of those drop it and leave it alone things.
All right. Sorry to cut you off there, Chuck.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay.
All right. Moving on to wacky but true. We don't add anything to these stories, but perhaps a sound effect from a television or movie or multiple sound effects. And here comes Chuck again.
Okay. Mayor Winfried Butler of Manhattan, Kansas, has been arrested for simply going to a liquor store. Nothing wrong with that, right?
Right.
Well, maybe a little explanation, though, was in order. It wasn't so much as driving to a liquor store, but rather driving into said liquor store. Apparently right through the front door. Not surprisingly, charge going along with that is driving under the influence, and he subsequently resigned from office the next morning.
Ooh, we better check on the mayor.
It's me, the mayor.
Oh. You're making a big mistake, officer. The mayor is a personal friend of mine.
Sure he is.
He even let me use his chopsticks.
I want people to look at me and say, that is one big mayor.
Look, you stay away from the mayor. He's running for governor next fall.
As your mayor, I know it's time to put our sardine canning past behind us and look to the future. Sardine tourism!
I'll come back later.
Perchance are you a registered voter? I am a mayoral prospect.
Is this the way it's all supposed to end, Mayor Linseed? Not with a bang, but with a whimper?
I quit.
Wow.
All right. Rhonda Deaver accidentally left her credit card after paying for dinner at Smith's Cafe in Kingston, North Carolina. Just one problem. A Smith's Cafe employee, a good employee, in an attempt to locate the owner, had photographed the front and back of Deaver's credit card and posted it on Facebook.
Wow.
By the time her bank closed the credit card, there were already over $2,000 in charges on her account that Deaver is still in the process of disputing.
Oh, man. I mean,
What a
good intentions. Ooh, not a lot of thought process.
Don't worry. I am here to help.
You mean there are vegetables right here on Earth that can think?
A certain kind of thinking, yes.
What are you doing?
I'm thinking.
Yes, well, warn us next time you're planning on thinking.
I really hate to have to say this, but it is the thought that counts. Yeah, and these are the results of a really cheap, crappy thought.
Yeah. Wow.
You don't me any favors.
Could you even imagine? I would be so mad. I'm like, just keep the
that?
credit card. Wow. I was going to come back for it anyway.
Picture of their name or typed their name on the Facebook page. Why would you take pictures of it?
Or better yet, search Facebook for that person and contact them privately. I don't know.
It's like, you can, if you're like building your own computer, you can go out onto eBay or a site like that, and you can buy the licensing codes for a computer. So as long as you're building a computer that has the same operating system as the code of another computer, had the same operating system, you can use that Microsoft code to enable Windows.
Right.
And so building a lot of computers, I used to do that and go out and buy codes from dead computers. Except this one guy I found online who had put up like 10 computer codes by putting pictures of each code. Instead of saying I have 10 codes for Windows 10 or 10 codes for Windows 10 Pro, he took pictures of the codes and posted them.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Frankly enough, I doubt he sold any of those codes because he just gave them all away.
Wow. And the next one here, a routine field trip to the La Brea Tar Pits in Los Angeles took a wild turn for 8 teenage students who fell ill after ingesting cannabis edibles on Tuesday. The Los Angeles Fire Department quickly responded to the scene where paramedics found the students in an altered state of consciousness. Fortunately, the students were all in fair condition, but transported to nearby hospitals for further evaluation. So were they actually sick, or were they just high and didn't understand why?
Altered states of confusion.
What are you, stoned or stupid?
But I am stoned.
I could come back later, Mr. Harkin.
Oh, no. It's just parent stuff. It seems that our youngest, Chris, was on something called acid and was firing a bow and arrow into a crowd. You know how kids are.
Oh, kids.
It's just kids.
Wow.
On to Spain, where 3 men robbed a man at a train station, but instead of handing back the victim's wallet after emptying it of cash, one of the crooks gave him his own wallet by mistake. It contained his ID, and the cops were able to quickly arrest him.
Wow. It's really nice that they actually gave, because the worst part about having your wallet stolen is losing your IDs and everything. Like, cash is minimal. That's actually kind of considerate, and especially giving themselves up. Very nice.
You are an idiot!
You fat blood idiot!
To the idiot mobile.
You know what? I'm tired. Could you just call yourself an idiot?
Jeez, I'm an idiot!
I'm an idiot! You're an idiot!
Understand perfectly. Your motives were good, even though your reasoning was perfectly idiotic.
Yeah,
motives were good. I know probably more than just about anybody that feeling when you, like, the second you've done something stupid and it's too late to take it back, like oh, did I really just do that cringy, gut wrenching, So
could I have my wallet back?
Yeah.
My favorite part of those clips is the guy that says, "I'm an idiot," and then there's Echo says, "You're an idiot."
What do you do after that? Put your hands up. Give me my wallet.
Had to re-rob him.
Wow. Last one here before we head out. A court in Germany convicted a man with a fetish for women's handbags on 15 counts of theft and sentenced him to 2.5 years of jail. I'm sorry.
It could be worse things, right?
Right? No. Well, right. I mean, not if he's stealing women's handbags. There are worse, but yeah.
Nick, look. My purse
purse is gone.
I quit that racket.
What are you talking about?
He's a purse snatcher. Think of his feelings.
Right after I rip off this lady's purse.
Of course. Purse scrubbing puke. And this is the penalty.
When I looked in the bag, I found this purse. Guess it must be yours.
Don't know how I got here.
That's your purse? That's a nice purse. Yeah.
Right. And 1 year ago today, I had one more since we were a little short today. A man in Colorado busted for attempting to switch places with his pet dog after being pulled over on suspicion of drunken driving.
How drunk do you have to be? Hey,
got an idea.
Get in the driver's seat.
As the officer approached the vehicle, the man got out and claimed he had not been driving. Police said the man showed signs of intoxication and attempted to flee before being apprehended. 2 other passengers were sitting in the back seat of the car, scared.
It wasn't me. I wasn't driving.
No.
How about a dog?
No, a cat.
A cat?
I said it first.
No. It is among the rights of these nobles to harness us common dogs to carts and drive us.
Hey, Shorty. Dog trouble? My card.
This poor guy has dog shock. He's scared out of his wits. And every time a dog barks, he throws a dozen fits. Watch him.
Yeah, that's right. I put his little dogs in the hospital, and I'd have put it in the morgue, too, if you didn't mess with my car seat. It threw off my driving skills.
Every dog has his day. Rumble.
Hello.
That's right. We've gone to the dogs.
Oh, man. That one, though, I'm not so much afraid of the dog barks as much as I am afraid of the dog farts.
Oh, yeah. You've told us about your dog. Don't do it again.
Oh, I won't. I'll stop. I'll stop now.
Okay.
Anyway,
worse than dogs? This.
Wesley, what about the ROUSs?
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
I want one. All right, what's on the radio tonight, Chuck?
All right, tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. we have Out of the Woods. From 8 to 9 is Kelton a Twist, and then 9 to 11 is Acoustic Cafe. There you go.
And who's on the radio tomorrow?
Who's on the radio? You and I are on the radio tomorrow morning, Friday morning with Scott and Chuck.
All right.
There we go.
Right.
Tune right in at about 7:20.
Right. Anything else people need to remember?
Gosh, not that I can think of off the top of my head. Is there something you're prompting me to say, Scott?
I don't know. I was just going to see if anything would come to the top of your head, and nothing did.
No, just remember that the Warriors Against Cancer. I'm sorry, the Valley Warriors Against Cancer car show fundraiser is this weekend in Valley. Is it Springdale or Valley? I'm sorry, I apologize.
It is in Valley at the Memorial Park.
There it is.
And the car show portion will be on Sunday, excuse me. I believe 10 to 1 is the car show portion. But they're going to have raffles and breakfast and all sorts of stuff going on.
Oh, and the farmers market tomorrow.
Yes,
farmers market
that's
tomorrow.
what I was prompting you.
Oh, okay, yeah, farmers
11
market.
to 3:30 in the beautiful Chewelah City Park.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we'll be back for Friday to take you into the weekend and promise to be a little dumber.
Well, it's a high bar to set, but we will try to reach it every day.
Yes. Keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. I'm Scott. He's Chuck, and this is KCHW 102.7.
It's not a tumor.
Until it is.
Go ahead and run.
It is a tumor.
Okay.
Run home and cry to mama.
More than likely.
You might want to have that checked out. I keep wanting to tell everybody have a great weekend, but it's not Friday yet, Scott.
Oh, come on. Hold back. Okay, I'll wait.
We have pictures of you so-called mooners. And just because the pictures aren't of your faces doesn't mean we can't identify you. At this very moment.
Who's your daddy? Come on, you know who your daddy is. Who's your daddy? Tell him who his daddy is.
I'm your daddy.
No, I'm your daddy.
It's 9